So June's going to be camera person. I've got it rolling, and you just sort of come in close. Now, Gus and I go back a long way, don't we, Gus?
Yes, we do. I don't want anybody to see my legs with my stockings on. Because they might get entirely the wrong idea, which would be wrong, you know.
No. Well, Gus insisted on this card, which doesn't look anything like me at all, right? And he also wrote a load of inappropriate memories in here, but I won't let you see that, going back a long time. So what can you remember then, Gus? Eh?
Oh, I remember, as I said in the rhyme inside, you know, I particularly remember Ludgrove and Luckley Road.
Yeah?
Helping you and your dad. And Sally was there hindering, as sisters do, digging the fish pond, you know. Yeah. And all these years later, I mean, I was fishing on my own once. I don't know where Robin was, still in bed, I think.
Yes.
And I caught I suppose it must have been about a 5-pound carp. And I rode with it on the back of my bike. Believe it or not, this carp wrapped in towels.
I think I've heard this. Yes.
Before that.
And then I told Robin about this. I don't believe you, he said. I just don't believe you. And then 30 years later, when they were emptying the pond or something, there was this massive carp in there.
Yes.
So they said, "Do you know what? He must have been right. He did do it."
But I remember, you missed out the bit that when you got to the top of the road, that was at a different occasion where you knocked on the door and you say, "Could you look after my carp because it was still alive?"
Yeah.
And they put it in the bath, didn't they?
Yeah, that was a woman in Pinfield, opposite. Because I got up there thinking it was about 9 o'clock in the morning. No idea, no watch or anything as a kid, you know. And I put this carp in my tackle basket with a nice few towels wrapped around it. And I thought, well, it must be 5 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, funny things you do as kids, but I mean, I just knocked on the door, and this delightful old lady came out and said, "Oh yes, bring it upstairs." And they're running a bath and all this, and we put the carp in it. And then I thought, well, let it refresh itself, then I'll wrap it up in wet towels again, and I'll cycle home with it. Well, how far have you got to go? She was really concerned. You know? And I thought, well, then, you think about that, how many people would actually put up with that? A complete stranger knocking on the door at 5 o'clock in the morning, let alone a kid. I mean, most people would say, "Oi."
Exactly. Well,
anyway, you know, it went back to Robin's back garden and went in the pond and had a healthy life.
So now Enrico over in Sicily quite likes cigars, as does Matilda and June. Right. So what would you recommend then? Which ones are these?
Well, these are Dutch cigars, and they're called Henry Wintermans.
Oh, right.
And they're grossly overpriced. But I'm afraid I'm hooked. And I smoke them because they're a bit like strong cigarettes. They're cigarillos, really.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do like a big cigar when available. But obviously, I don't go to the cigar shop and spend £20 on
a single one.
On a Churchillian.
Well, I would never smoke them, Gus. But the only reason I smoke them is
well,
the only reason I do is that June loves them so much. So
no.
End of take.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's brilliant.